Hi guys, this is my first channel on how to make dragon puppets, and I've currently been doing them for about 9 months, and I've been going pretty good, but please, the first subscriber I get, I will subscribe to, if that makes sense. The people who have been the most inspiring to me have been Zadia, Sunset Sarah's Dragons, and I think that's all. But yeah, just get a shout out to them. So we're gonna be making a moving ear dragon. I don't know if I haven't shown anybody yet, but because this is my first, yeah. But what's her name? I think it's Miri or something like that. But this is her. She's a void dragon, and if you let me grab her mask. She has like kind of like a dinosaur mask, but let me put it on her. It doesn't fit really well on her, but yeah, this is her with her dinosaur mask. It's really cute. Okay, and oh yeah, I know this is my first ever channel I've ever had on live, but this is my first episode on my channel. But I would love fan mail. I would give a shout out to anybody who gave me fan mail, because my very first fan mail, I would also subscribe to them because I really want fan mail. I've kept my friend's dragon for about like a year and a half. I love it so much. I love how I can just express other people's beautiful artwork, and yeah. So let's get started on the moving ear dragon. You want to start out with your sketch. This is my sketch. I will be on a fast forward for a little bit because this always takes me a long time, but if you want to pause the video, you're totally free to. Please pause the video, and yeah, so let me get some paper and we can start. Also, if you have a dull pencil or just a pencil that you feel like needs to be sharper, make sure to grab a sharpener or anything that you have to make it sharp, because I love doing like special little details so make sure to be really careful also, and I like to outline it with, and yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so now that that's done, we are gonna go on to coloring. We will do the other side. So once you're also, if I mention this, ink it, please, ink it. And if you want to, I inked it with a permanent marker, a Sharpie. But you can use any other marker. Just be careful so it doesn't bleed through. And what I like to do is, because this is permanent, it won't smudge or anything. You just have to wait it to dry. I like to erase and erase over the marker so that the pencil lines are gone. If you want to do that, you can. If you don't, for like a more artistic, do-it-yourself look, you can leave them. But I like to make it clean and look like a dragon, because that's the look we're going for. We don't want it to look like some kind of axolotl or something. So just keep erasing keep erasing all of the pencil lines, but your design. If you still want your design, you want to color it. I'll show you what I use when we color, but once you color, then you can erase it. So I will color this, and I will skip through the coloring because you don't really need to see the coloring, but I'll skip through it. You can pause the video. See you after the coloring. Okay, so I finished coloring, but I forgot to tell you that if you're doing a moving eye, let me get the camera up. If you're doing a moving eye, don't add the ear. The ear is a separate part. But I was gonna tell you what what I use for my markers. I don't know if you've heard of this, but I use these markers. It's a brush tip, 48 colors, watercolor brush pens. Or if I don't use those ones, then I'm using these ones, which is kind of like a hoo-hoo. It's like double-sided, but it's like square at the top, and there's a lot of colors, different colors you can choose from. So yeah, I also use those. So leave the other side for later. The next part that we're gonna do is do the same exact thing that you just did, but like just outline and color, but make like the separate ear. You want to make the ear separate, and make the ear separate and color and outline it. You can do whatever colors you want. Just please don't take my design. My design, it takes practice to get this good. So if it doesn't end up exactly like mine, or like let me take down another puppet just to show you. Why did I forget? Oh, I don't know. I forgot the name, but I think I might remember later. He's made out of googly eye and a real fur. I think he's like my favorite. And then let me take down Bo. Oh, so this is also another idea. Don't steal my idea. But I know this isn't exactly my idea, but there's a lot of people that are doing this, so it's not just me. This is Bo. He's kind of like a hacker. I don't know why I didn't name him hacker though. So yeah, and then you have all the other puppets. So I'm also gonna skip this part, the ear, but I give you everything you need to know. So you can also pause the video because it's gonna be speedy fast. See you after I make the ear. Okay, I am back, and I did the ear. Remember how I told you need to be separate? This is what I kind of meant by separate. I did the ear. And so now I'm gonna fast forward because we need to cut out everything we just did. And yeah, so you can pause the video if you like. So now you have your pieces. So this is my design I showed you, I think, yeah. And this is not gonna show. It's gonna be like that. And so what you wanna do is you want to cut out your mouth, your jaw, however you want. Some people like to cut on the line and then they have more line that goes, but mine, so that it blends in with the puppet, I'm gonna go in the line and then I'm gonna slant it here so it looks like my dragon puppet is like sort of like an actual dragon. So I'm gonna speed up this part too. Now you have three parts. You have the head, the jaw. This is a lot darker in real life when I'm over here. You also have the ear. So if you didn't catch all of this and you can't do it again because you didn't memorize it, you can go back in the video and do the same exact thing. Like, let me have an example. You see, this side is also kind of like this one. They have the same sides. This is a right-handed puppet. But then, I want you, if you switch her over, see how this one's facing this way and this one's facing this way? I want you to make this side facing this way, if that makes any sense. And if it doesn't, then you can wait till the end of the video and watch another video if that doesn't make sense. But yeah, and yeah, I made her last night. Her forehead is a little wonky, her front. I always am so scared about that for some reason. I don't know why. But yes. So I am going to skip this because it's gonna take me like a long time. So I will see you when my other side is done. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm back again. And I finished my other side. This is my other side. Like some kind of infection. And there's the other side's ear. And then the mouth, which is just, there's only a few colors. There's only red, black, peach, and brown. But, yeah. So, I have this humongous box that we're going to be using. I recommend this one, like, because it's so thin. It's not actual, like, real thick cardboard, but it's, like, really nice, and, yeah, so I recommend this. And, also, if you have a hot glue gun, I have a mini hot glue gun that can go low and high, but I go low because, so if I recommend using a hot glue gun, which is the easiest. and of course hot glue sticks go with it, but if you don't have a hot glue gun, you can use a glue stick, like a Elmer's glue stick. But tape is extremely hard and makes it look your design look a little shabby. And it can fall off and just, no. And so I recommend those two things, or two-sided tape. And yeah, so I'll wait for this to get hot. And while we wait for it to get hot, what am I gonna do? While we wait for it to get hot, I will pause the video. My hot glue gun has to warm up, so I will be skipping all of the long process of having it to warm up. So I will see you after it warms up. And yeah. Okay, my hot glue gun is all hot. My hot glue gun is hot, and now it is time to put these on the box. If you are slower than I am, you can pause the video always. So let me fast forward this and we will go on to the next part after I will put this on the box. Okay, it should look like this. And now you want to cut it out. And here we go. Here's our pieces. Yeah, we have the mouths, the heads, and the ears. So next, you want to take thick card, as thick as you can find, and just cut it up so that it's thick enough. I'm not making sense here. Hold on. Cut a big strip of cardboard. You don't even have to be that. You don't have to be royalty and go super duper slow and careful. This part is just you know what I mean. Okay. We want a big, it's not fitting on the screen. A big piece of cardboard. Actually, you want two pieces. So you want two pieces exactly the identical. You want them to be perfectly identical, and yeah. And then you want to kind of like hot glue them together. I'll be fast forwarding this part too. Okay, so if I wasn't specific enough, you take both of them and just go flat on top of each other. Let me do closer. If you can see, there's two layers on this. Mine was pretty thin, but it's the most thick I could find right now in my bedroom. And you fold it in half, and that's your base. It's not like the normal paper triangle base, but it's not that kind of base. It's a little different, but I don't think I've seen any tutorials on YouTube on how they make these bases. It's the easiest. You just gotta take a thick piece of cardboard or two pieces and glue them together and fold them in half, and there you go. Next, what you want to do is you want to take your hot glue gun. My hot glue gun's being stubborn. Go with hot glue down on one side, and if you can't see that, I put it there. Take your piece. There you go. You want to take your piece and just hot glue it on. You have to take the specific side though, if that makes any sense. This is my first tutorial, so don't judge me. But so and then once it dries, it should look like that, and then the mouth is gonna go on the bottom. But yeah, and then you're gonna do the same thing, but on the bottom. Dang it. My hot glue ran out of juice. Go on the bottom one, and then you want to put your mouthpiece on that. So it should look like that. Let me give you a better view. So yeah, that's the beginning. That's just the beginning of attaching all the parts, but then you do the exact same thing to the other side. And I will see you after I do the other side. And yeah. Okay, so this is what it should, well, I know you're not doing the same design, but this is kind of what it should look like, the base part. I told you not to copy my design. I'm not gonna sue you if you do. Please don't. I like this to be my own designs, and I would love if you guys could, if this is possible, because I'm new to this stuff and I don't know anything yet. If this is possible, send me pictures of your dragons that if you guys watch my tutorial. So next we'll be making the ear part. What you want to do, you want to hold on. You want to take a whole stapler thingy, and you want to take your dragon. I feel like I'm ruining it, but I'm not. You want to place your ear where you want it to go. Okay. And then you're literally just gonna put a hole inside your dragon. Okay. And just like that. And then so what you're gonna do is, it's not as complicated because you need the right stuff, but you want to take a sharpener. I have two of these, one pink, one green. You want to take your sharpener and literally sharpen it down to size, I may need to fast forward on this, so you can again pause the video if you like. Okay, so that took a long time, but I sharpened it down to size, and I cut the ends. If you don't know what I mean by to size, as I put the hole there, it's gonna go through the holes, and that's where it's gonna be the twisty part. So you're gonna wanna take another pencil. Let me just get that. If your hole stapler is big holes, like pencil sized, then that is good. Keep it that way. But if it's super duper tiny like mine, you're gonna wanna do this. So you're gonna wanna take your pencil and kinda like start twisting it until the hole is big enough for the whole pencil to fit. it looks like I'm murdering for the whole pencil to fit in. And then you're gonna wanna like kind of like put it all the way through, and then there we go. Now that the pencil can fit through the hole, you're gonna want to staple the other side. If it's really hard to see, but there's a hole in there, and repeat the process over again to make it pencil sized. Okay, now that you have two holes identically through, you want to stick that perfectly sized pencil through both of them like that. See how you can tell? It doesn't have to be perfectly identical. See how mine's a little bit slanted? That's okay. You want to take your hot glue gun. Take your hot glue gun and I would prefer starting on one side first, not doing both at the same time. Glue a big, humongous, gigantic glob on one of the sides end of the pencil. And then you want to stick your ear on that glob, however you want it. I want it to be like that. And then you just wait till it's dry. Okay, we are super close to being done. And I glued the ears on. It took, because my ear is so heavy, I had to put some squares on there first and then keep gluing it on and off until it finally decided to stick, and maybe just like blow on it a little bit. And here's the results. I don't know if we'll be doing the forehead. Oops. So maybe we'll be doing the forehead. Here's the other side. Yes, the ear does move, but it was a little hard because the other base. Sorry. The other base. See how the ear is like crazy? It's like so cute. And then here's the other one. And I did not mean to do this, but it like perfectly lines up with like the, yeah. And so thank you so much for watching. If you have any name ideas, please put them in the comments. Thanks so much. This was my first tutorial and I'm really happy on how it went. See you on the next video. Bye guys.